So there was a pretty cool interview with the producer of Armored Core 6, Yasunori Agura. He was basically doing some Q&A questions at the Taipei game show, which is awesome because I'm Taiwanese and that makes me feel happy. But he answered some questions and it was really good and very good information, and I thought it'd be cool to go over that with you guys. So one question was actually really interesting, is what was the fan reaction since the announcement? Obviously, he knew a lot of people were waiting for this, and I kind of did mention in my last video that a lot of us have been waiting for 10 plus years for this. Just got super excited, and of course they were mentioning about the 25th anniversary that was coming up, so it was like, okay, you know, it's good to make the announcement now. And I think they said the timing was like perfect to be able to announce it. So kind of like what I mentioned, it's like, oh, it was all about timing. It kind of just worked out, and obviously, you know, a lot of the fans were super excited, including myself, and I'm sure a lot of you guys as well. And of course, you know, she goes on explaining, asking us, what is Armored Core, right? And I think the producer did a great job of this as well. He was saying the first title was, you know, for Armored Core was released from software, so obviously, you know, they're very well known for Armored Core, which a lot of people do not know, I feel like. They were mentioned the game started in 1997, which is pretty the era of all mecha series, the Coin Bergeron, Gundam on the map. So yeah, this was definitely the age of mecha. And of course, you know, with 2013's Verdict Day was literally the 15th series of it, which is so crazy because there were so many games that came with Armored Core and we just haven't got anything since then, which is insane. But yeah, they would be able to talk about, like, basically it's not a Souls game, it's not going to be like Dark Souls, but I guess you can say this is technically the first Souls game, I guess you can say, in a way. But the creative aspect is still there. That's what they mentioned. They said like it's still there, everything is still good, and like in terms of like customizing and all that and doing missions, but they're not going to change much, which is good because I didn't want them to go too far into the Souls arena, because I do know Maximilian dude did say one time, oh yeah, this is like Dark Souls but mecha, but which is true in a way. There is a lot of difficulty in terms of the Souls series, but it's not a Souls game. There's not gonna be like parries and freaking Armored Core, you know, bored. But they are really excited to create this and make it, you know, just for the fans of the Armored Core series, which is great. I'm glad they're not changing too much of it either. So that was one of the things that really kind of like, you know, appealed to me, I guess, overall. And of course, as she's mentioning that this has been like 10 years since, you know, this game came out, and now she's asking, why did it take so long? I think this is a great question to ask, is why does it take so long? And of course, there was never an intention to leave this large gap. We had an idea of number of titles in the interment. We've seen a lot of extremely talented developers grow into their roles, many of us included. Of course, Miyazaki, our CEO. Miyazaki, you're awesome. They always wanted to create a new Armored Core title, but the problem was, it seems like, you know, there was never any question to return the series. Obviously a lot of obstacles between them, which I'm thinking, you know, obviously the other Souls games were just, I wouldn't say in the way, but they were there, right? In my personal opinions, that's what I kind of thought it was going with, because it's like, you know, they go wherever the money goes, right? If they're making money off these games, then, you know, why not just keep doing it, right? So it's just, I guess they just didn't really think about it, and they were just trying to find a time of when to share this. And it looks like here that Miyazaki is not going to be too much involved in it, but I guess overall I think he just might be producing it, and he's not going to be working too much with everybody, but it seems like it's still in good hands. He'll be like the co-director and producer, as well as other developers, so I guess in a way he's kind of like watching over it, but I think other people are going to be working on it, with the Fires of Rubicon game, which is going to be, you know, I think overall that's good because he's still going to be overseeing it, but, you know, I think other people are going to be working on it, seems like. And I thought another good question is, what has been the major development focus of the game? And they really focused on a lot of the freedom of the player to customize, create whatever mecha color and all the parts, like just like any other Armored Core game. So it seems like they're really just sticking to their roots, which is really, really awesome. They feel like that's the most important thing, is be able to create your own mecha series. Oh, sorry, mecha custom overall. So I think that's kind of what they're trying to bring back, and, you know, just keep it just the good old classic Armored Core. And they're saying their freedom to spend on more of the games, I think I missed that part right there, but they're saying the freedom to spend more on the game's development and resources. What's different from the other ones is the practical consideration, other the factor that there was 10 years of the past between titles. We from software had developed so many other titles, from Dark Souls 2 to Bloodborne, Dark Souls, see there's all the Souls games that they're talking about, of course, Sekiro. So yeah, they're basically been made, like, just making money from all those games. So they're really going to try to take all that though and be able to, it seems like what they're going to do is be able to change that and be like, okay, you know, we're going to add a little spice to it, right? It's going to be somewhat a little different. Another good question she was asking is like, is there any connection to previous games? And as you know from our previous videos before, from Ichi show that made, is that like every game doesn't really connect. So like from Armored Core 1 and then the sequel to Armored Core 1, there's really no connection, and that's what they're saying here, is that there's no connection to the Armored Core series. But what they could mention is that, you know, you'll still be doing your customizations, and of course that's still be on the title. But yeah, there's no connection from the other games. Every game of Armored Core always had some kind of separation. So if we go like Armored Core 1, then sequel, Armored Core 2, then sequel to Armored Core 2, so it was just kind of like there was really no sequel to any of the games. It's just a brand new game, because obviously, you know, we saw in the trailer like there are some mechas you saw before, so they kind of like rebooted every game kind of thing, so which is really cool. And I'm okay with that, because, you know, overall, like that's kind of like how Armored Core works. And she was asking a question, how the difficulty of this game is, I guess, measure how you put the place in the help series notice. I think they were mentioning that no, it's not going to be easy. It's still going to be difficult, which, you know, Armored Core was known for being difficult. So like I said, it was like one of the first Souls versions of From Software, so I wouldn't say it's like, he's saying like it's not going to be easy, but, you know, of course, you know, it would be some, it seems like there would be some kind of new measures in place, so that doesn't mean it's gonna be easy, but it's also not gonna be hard, I guess. So yeah, there's gonna be frustration, which is basically any From Software game. By the way, she's doing really good at these questions, by the way, and now she's explaining and asking the Fires of Rubicon, and this is kind of what he's explaining, is that it's basically development of the world, basically of the game, about a world basically where all the planets, you know, there's a planet called Rubicon 3 which everyone wants to go to. So it begins with this, you know, new material, and everyone's trying to go for it, right? And they're just mentioning about all the corporations and corruption, you know, typical mecha genre story. But, you know, the story is that these corporations want to go to this material, and of course you, as the independent mercenary, will be working and being able to get this material, the Rubicon. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool, very interesting. Rubicon is such a crazy word. I never heard that word before, so good job on figuring out the title of the game. So even small things like that is great. But yeah, that's really cool. So there's a little bit of story right there from it. And of course, obviously, finally he wanted to give us a nice little message to all of us fans, and he was mentioning that he promised to you all during the Armored Core series 20th anniversary that we would make a new game, and while it's taken some 5 years since then, we are finally announcing Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. So that's pretty awesome, and you can tell we really cares about the fans, which is awesome. And he's even apologizing for the long wait, but he's excited for this, and I'm really excited too. And I really, you know, appreciate all the efforts that From Software has put into this. So this is going to be amazing. I cannot wait till this game comes out. I'm definitely going to be playing this for sure, because obviously all the other games are so expensive on eBay, which I don't know why, but they're going to be giving more info soon, so stay tuned for that. And of course, I will be there to be able to, you know, discuss it with you guys. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys, and if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and if you have any thoughts, make sure you comment below. Thanks so much, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Hey, I was watching that.